Hello friends and family, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pineapple shrimp fried rice, and this is made with coconut rice and jerk shrimp. Honey, this is too good. So let's go ahead and go over the ingredients for our pineapple shrimp fried rice. To start out here, I have a half of a Scotch bonnet diced really small. That's the red pepper, and the orange pepper, the little one, is a Havana pepper. This is a non-spicy habanero pepper that I got from my garden. It just adds a little citrusy flavor, but that's certainly optional. If you cannot handle heat, then do not go for that Scotch bonnet pepper because it is really hot, but I used half of it. Right here, I have orange, yellow, and red bell peppers diced. You don't have to use all three colors, but I love it because it just looks so beautiful in the rice. I also sliced half of a large red onion. I left the pieces rather large because I like to see that beautiful purple color in my rice, but if you don't want to see the onion, you can certainly dice it really small. This is our marinated jerk shrimp from earlier. I used my own homemade jerk seasoning blend, which I'll put the ingredients for in the description box. But if you don't want to use that, you can use a store-bought one. Just be super mindful of the salt content. This is some coconut rice. Now, I use the Instant Pot to make this rice. And by doing so, I was able to do a 1-to-1 ratio of rice to coconut milk. So I cooked a 1 3/4 cups of basmati rice, and I also put the same amount of coconut milk in the Instant Pot, and I cooked it for 7 minutes with a 10-minute natural pressure release. If you do not have an Instant Pot, then just prepare the rice according to the package instructions, substituting some of the water for coconut milk. And of course, I added a little salt and a little bit of coconut oil. This is the pineapple from the pineapple boats that we're going to make. Now, I did not use all of the pineapple from the pineapple boats. That would have been too much pineapple for this recipe, but don't worry because we're going to use the extra pineapple to make my pineapple rum banana bread. This is 2 tablespoons of unsweetened coconut flakes. This is optional, but I feel like this coconut just adds a nice little flavor to the rice, especially since I'm using coconut rice. I really love it. So if you have it around, use a little bit of it. This is half a cup of frozen mixed veggies. I'm also using some soy sauce. I'm doing that to taste. This is a tablespoon of my green seasoning. If you do not have this, then I would substitute a teaspoon of dried thyme or even a few sprigs of fresh thyme. I chopped up 1 spring onion. This is for garnish. I'll add this at the end. This is 3 cloves of garlic that I minced. This is a teaspoon of chicken Maggie powder. And of course, we have our gorgeous pineapple bowls, which we will be filling at the end for a lovely presentation. We're gonna make our pineapple bowls, and for that I selected 1 big ripe pineapple and I cut it from the middle to the back. Then I flipped it to the other side and I cut it straight down the middle all the way through the stalk and leafy part on the top of the pineapple. Now that part's a little bit tough, so make sure you have a really sharp knife. I took each side of the pineapple and I cut around the outside skin, making sure to cut as close to the skin as I could without cutting through the actual skin because I want all that pineapple meat, so I'm trying to get really close. I also have to take out that woody part in the middle of the pineapple. That part is not going to be really good if it's stir fried into the rice, and you really can't use it in any other recipe, so take that out. Then I go through and I score the inside of the pineapple, again being careful not to cut the skin, and I just cut out these little tidbits. I use a spoon to help me scrape all of that pineapple meat out. And yes, I do scrape it down to the skin, baby, because this was a super ripe and juicy pineapple and I wanted all of it. And there you go, an easy pineapple boat. So let's start with our rice. I am going to put in a little coconut oil and stir fry my shrimp first. This shrimp is going to cook in 2 minutes. I add half of the green seasoning and I mix up my shrimp. And there you go, my shrimp is done. And we're going to move on to the rest of the recipe. I'm putting in a little bit more vegetable oil and I'm going to start by stir frying my veggies. These veggies are only going to cook for about a minute before I go in and add the rest of the seasonings. I like to maintain a little bit of crunch on my veggies. I'm going to put in some salt, the rest of the green seasoning, the garlic, and the chicken Maggie powder. It's important to flavor the vegetables so they're not bland. I then put in the frozen vegetables and I decided that, you know what, I had to have a little bit of egg in my fried rice because, you know, fried rice and egg, they just go hand in hand. So I cracked 1 egg and I stir fried it. Once it was cooked, I mixed it in with the rest of the veggies. Of course, if you don't like egg, you can leave it out. This cooked for about 1 more minute and then it was time to go in with my coconut powder and my pineapple. These two things don't need to cook long. You're really just warming them up before you add in the coconut rice. I think adding coconut rice to this recipe is super essential. I wouldn't use plain rice because that coconut rice just gives it that extra tropical Caribbean flavor that you just can't get from the plain. It just gives it delicious flavor that is really perfect with this pineapple. I then go in with a little bit of soy sauce. You know what? Don't go heavy on the soy sauce in this recipe. This is not a Chinese fried rice, so just about 2 tablespoons is perfect here. I put in half of my shrimp. The other half we're going to save for garnish so we can make our pineapple boats look restaurant quality. And our pineapple rice is ready. It is so delicious and it tastes amazing. I garnished this with a little bit of green onion. And you know what you're going to serve this with? You are going to serve this with my jerk chicken wings. That would be the perfect pair for this delicious pineapple fried rice with shrimp. See you next time and goodbye.